Hello, hello. Microphone check. 1 2 1 2. Lady D in the place to be. Just wanted to get on here and start a smidge early so that people can come in and join us and we can get ready to rock. Have some great information I'm going to share with you today. I know Facebook is finding us some people. Hello on Instagram as well. We're doing a dual live. Hi, Veronica. How are you? How are you? How are you? When you come in, whether you're on Instagram or on Facebook, say hello so that I know you are here. Say hello. We're going to get started in just a few minutes. I'm just waiting for Facebook to find us some people, for Instagram to find us some people. I didn't even tell Instagram what I was going live. Hi, Marcus. I think this says Marcus. Marcus Jones. Yeah. So I'm happy you guys are here. I'm excited to be live. I was only live once in August. I still can't believe that it is now September. But I didn't go live. I was doing a lot of content creation. So I wanted to jump on today for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, coming up November 1st through the 3rd, I will be hosting Profit from Live Events with my event manager, Tiffany Chalk of Tiffany Chalk Events. Last year, we held this event. We did a 3-day training, and I want to tell you how it all started before I jump into what I'm going to teach on today. So I've been doing live events my entire business. So I've been in business 10 years, and the entire time we've been doing live events. And Tiffany has been my event manager for, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, maybe even 7 years she's been doing my events. I don't know. I've kind of lost track. But once she became my event manager and she started working with me in events, and she saw how every single time I did an event, I was making tens of thousands and then hundreds of thousands and then millions of dollars from my live events, she was like, Darnyelle, yo, this is not Tiffany speaking. This is the Darnyelle version of what Tiffany said to me. She's like, yo, we got to teach other people how to do this. Other people are hiring me to help them to plan their own events, and they're not making any money, let alone the kind of money that you're making. So you have got to start, you got to teach this. And so, I don't know, it probably took us a good year to 18 months to actually get a date on the calendar where I would commit to literally opening up my playbook. In fact, I should get my playbook out. Where's it at? Find it. Here it is. Here is my playbook. Literally, she was like, we have to do this. And for more than a year, she was on me to get a date. And I just couldn't make it happen. I had too many things going on. And then finally, last fall, we did it for the first time. And it was uber amazing. You know, we had a room full of entrepreneurs who really want to learn how to do live events. Many of you are doing live events anyway, just so you can see the binder. Many of you are doing live events anyway, but you're not fully paid before you take the stage or start the event, and you're not earning enough money on the back end to cover the expenses that you had during the event, right? And I don't want that for you. So that was my whole impetus behind creating what was last year. It was called Profitable Event Secrets. We changed the name slightly. This year it's called Profit from Live Events, because that's what I want to teach people. I want to show you how to profit from live events, because that is what we've been doing, right? So the very first time I held an event was 2009. I got 250 people in the room. I didn't make any money. I made like maybe $5,000, because all I had to sell at that particular point in time was my $20 book. That's all I had to sell, right? So we were able to get some people in the room to buy a copy of the book, but I didn't have anything else to offer them. And as time went on, I started to realize that if I really wanted to leverage my time at a live event and use it to build my business, I was going to have to make some changes. And I did make some massive changes. It got to the point where we could get 300 people in the room. So I used to hold an event. I don't hold this event anymore. I have a new event now, but I held an event called Unleash Your Incredible Factor Live. I did it for 5 years. And the very first time we did it, we had, I think, something like 28 or 30 people in the room. And the last time we did it, we had over 300 people in the room. And from that event in 3 days, I was able to generate more than $1 million in 3 days. $1 million in sales and revenue in 3 days for my business. So I tend to think that there might be somebody out there who also wants to know how to hold live events that generate massive amounts of money. Now, there are a lot of different types of events. There are actually 7 different types of events, and I'm going to share them with you in just a moment. There are a lot of different events that you could be doing. All of the 7 that I teach the Vantage Point from are all what I call profitable events. Each one of these events, if set up the right way, can make a massive amount of money for your business. Some of them will make it instantly. Some of it will make it through follow-up. But I wanted to use this video today, this training today. I'm going to be doing a total of 3 trainings. I'm going to do one more Facebook and Instagram live, and then I'm going to actually hold a training webinar where I'm going to literally break down everything you need as a setup to teach you about profiting from live events. And so you can make a decision if you want to join me. So again, the dates are November 1st through the 3rd, November 1 through 3. I'm doing it right here in Newark, Delaware, where I live. I actually live in Newcastle now, but Delaware is really small. But I'm doing it right here at home, and I'm going to invite entrepreneurs who want to learn how to do events that teach you how to profit to come and join me, right? So let me get into what I wanted to teach you today before I send you on your way. And hello again for those of you who are joining me either live here on Facebook, or those of you who will catch me on the replay on Facebook or on Instagram. So say hello when you come in so that I know you were here. That's very helpful for me and my team so that we'll know who was hanging out with us. If you watch this during the replay, #replay, so that we know that we need to come back and just check in with you and make sure that you are good to go and you're getting what you need. All right. So today I want to talk to you about 3 keys if you really want to learn how to leverage live events to move your business forward. Now, I told you my quick story. Like I said, since 2009, I've been doing live events. 2014 was the very first time that my live event produced more than $1 million in revenue. We've gone on to accomplish that several times. This past May, I held a brand new live event. It was called Breakthrough in Business. It's an event that we will be doing again next May. And we had 52, in full transparency, we had 52 people in the room. Of the 52 people who were in the room, we had approximately 30 who were eligible to invest in something. And the reason why I say that is because we had some clients in the room that, they were already enrolled in a program with me. So the likelihood of them investing is meaning they probably weren't going to invest again, right? Because they're already in a program. But we had about 30 people in the room that could invest, and we had 18 people in the room invest to work with me and my team. That 18 people was the equivalent to $400,000 in sales in 3 days. I didn't have to take my clothes off. I didn't have to swing on a pole. I didn't have to do anything illegal. I just used my live event to move my business forward. So I know you know somebody who's holding live events. You know somebody right now. If you're not doing one yourself, you know somebody who's holding a live event. If you're going to do live events, they are a very powerful way to move your business forward. There's something that happens, what I call the power of proximity. There's something that happens when you get people in close connection with you that creates an up-leveled alignment that helps them to move faster towards the things that they want. Something powerful happens when we get people together. It's almost like the law of fellowship, right? Which is based on Matthew 18:21, where it says, where 2 or more are gathered, there I will be in the midst, right? Well, the law of fellowship says that wherever 2 or more are gathered, results are doubled, tripled, and quadrupled. So there's something powerful that happens when we hold live events, when we bring our peeps, our tribe, our community together with us in a space where we teach them something. And there's a lot of different modalities, right? You can do an introduction where you can give them a high level overview of something. You can do an immersion where you go deep on your signature business move, the thing that you've created that helps your clients to get results every single time in consistency. Either way, whether you're doing an introduction or you're doing an immersion, you can create an environment for people to want to continue to learn from you. we still, in this day and age, 2018, are in an information economy. And what that means is that what you have learned, what you have put together for people, you can package it up and sell it. Yes, it might be available on Google, but there's something powerful about being able to connect with the mentor or the teacher and learn it directly from them. So it is still a very viable way to build your business. It has been our business model for as long as I've been in business, right? So we've always done live events. And we started profiting from live events in 2011. 2009 and 2010, I held live events, but I wasn't making any extra money. I was paying for the event, maybe a little bit of extra money, but not enough to live off of, right? 2011 is when I started to do 3-day events. So 2009, 2010, I held a series of one-day events, and they were well attended. Every time we sold out, we filled the room. But what I learned is that doing a one-day event is not as lucrative as doing a multi-day event. And so in 2011, I held my first multi-day event. It was actually a 2-day event the very first time I did it. And in that 2-day event, I had about 28 people in the room, and I had 6 people take me up on my $10,000 program. So in 2 days, I created $60,000, right? That was in April. I did it again. I did another event in July. The July event was a 3-day event. So I did my first 3-day event in July. I had about 28 people in the room, and I generated $120,000. Now, here's the thing. I want you to catch, like, you don't have to have hundreds of people in the room. It's great if you have, and you know that you can fill a room with hundreds of people, but you don't have to have hundreds of people in the room. I literally did an event a few weeks ago. I had 5 people in the room, and those 5 people, working with those 5 people, I generated over $60,000. So it doesn't have to be hundreds of people in the room. Like I said, 30 buyers, 30 investors in May, $400,000. So it does not have to be a large amount of people, but it does need to be the enrollment model. You need to understand how to enroll people at your live events. And that's what I'm going to be teaching for 3 days this November. For 3 full days, I'm literally going to be opening up my playbook. In here is everything that I actually do. I'm going to give you a cheat sheet for every event type. So this particular one on here on the top is a power breakfast, but I have a cheat sheet for every type of event. A large conference. Here's the one for large conferences. But you don't have to do large conferences. I tell you the budget, how much time you should take in order to plan it, and how to market it so that you fill the room, right? So over the 3 days, I literally give you everything that you need. Day 1 is all about promoting your event. It's all about promoting your event. I'm literally reading from my run of show, just so that you guys can see. This is from last year. Last year, we did it in October because I was getting married in November, but this year, it's the beginning of November. So I literally give you, we help you to construct which of the 7 types of events you want to use. Let me give you the 7 types of events. Let me do that real fast. For those of you who are watching live, hello. Those of you who are on Instagram, hello to those of you here on Facebook. You have power breakfasts, you have half-day workshops, executive roundtables, small group intensives, 2-day seminars, retreats, and large conferences. Those are the 7 types of profitable events, right? So regardless of which type of those events you're doing, there is a run of show. There has to be a strategy in place that you are emulating before the event, at the event, and after the event in order to enroll the people that you want. If you want to know this, I want to teach it to you. That's what I'm going to be doing this November 1st through the 3rd at Profit from Live Events. I'm literally going to be laying out to you exactly what you need to do. Day 1 is all about promoting the event, the things you need to do to move the event forward. Day number 2 is all about positioning the event. What do you need to do before, during, and after to make sure that you set up the sales that you want? And then day 3 is all about how to profit from the event. So we'll talk about building out your event sales team, building out your enrollment center, how you turn a 3-day event with people into massive amounts of money, right? So let me share with you the 3 keys for leveraging live events to grow your business. Number 1, the first key is you really do have to up-level your mindset. And you might say, Darnyelle, listen, I'm always listening to you go live. And every time I listen to you go live, you talk about mindset. It is that important. The thought of being able to put in a lot of work, because it can take you 6 to 9 to 12 months, depending upon the size of your community and the level of influence you have in the marketplace. That's how long it's going to take you to prepare to fill that room. And that's whether you want 30 people in the room or 330 people in the room, right? There's still an element of work that needs to happen in a succession in order to make sure that you get the people in the room. And you have to have the right mindset behind the event. I've seen many people do live events with the right mindset and not walk away with what they wanted, and barely walk away with the entire event paid for, because most people, they also don't charge the right amount on the front end. They might make the ticket to their event $97, but and let's say they're able to enroll 100 people. Well, $97 times 100 people was what? $9,700. But their food and beverage minimum and having the audio visual might come up to $20,000. So before they take the stage, they haven't even made the money they need to. So up-leveling your mindset is really, really important for making sure that you position yourself to be able to move your business the way you want through the live event. So what I typically do in preparation for a live event is I literally close my eyes and I see the live event the way that God sees it. And that allows me to really think big, to think so big that it scares me even. Because what I find is that entrepreneurs often are not playing a big enough game. And even if a live event, right? You might say, oh, I only really want to have 10 people there when you could have 50 or 30 or 50 or whatever the case might be. But I literally vision cast and I see this particular event the way that God would see it. And through looking at it through God's eyes, it really up-levels my mindset, and it prevents me from playing small. So that's always the first key that you need to do. The second key is you need to know your end game in advance. What are you holding the event for? Are you holding the event because you need some attention, you don't have anybody to talk to, and so you just want to get some people together? Or are you holding the event to build your list? Are you holding your event to build your business? Are you holding your event in order to enroll all of the clients that you're going to work with for the next year? So a big part of our business model over the last 10 years has been the live event is how we enroll the bulk of our clients, right? So we'll do our live event, like using the one in May, we enrolled 18 people in the room. We have a total of 30 people in my mastermind program. Those 30 people are the bulk of my clients for the year. Those 30 people are the equivalent to $750,000 for my business, just as an example. And I have some other things that I'll do that will help us to get over $1 million in revenue throughout the course of the year. But that one event is building out my client pool for the year. I have some other small events and things that I do like this, the profit from live events, but the bulk of it comes from that. So you need to know your income in advance. What are you doing it for? What's the goal? What do you want to come out of it? And you need to know the dollar amount, right? What it's going to cost. You need to set up a budget for what it's going to cost you to host the event, and then what you're going to earn as a result of hosting the event. You need to know your end game in advance. And then number 3, you have to determine which event type is the right event for you. Because again, there are 7 different types of events. Any one of them you can profit from. My personal opinion, my personal recommendation is that you always do a 3-day event. The reason why I love a 3-day event is because it gives you enough time to create some fun and memorable experiences and teach some really powerful content and build a community with the people that are at your event. If you do it right, those people will want to remain together and they'll all enroll in your program so that they can stay together. If you do it right. And if you want to do it right, I'm going to be teaching that. So those are the 3 keys for leveraging live events to move your business forward. And my personal opinion, having the right mindset, knowing your end game in advance, and determining which of the events is right for you. Let me run through the event types again. I don't know them by heart, so I'm going back into my playbook to pull them out. So we have power breakfasts. We have half-day workshops. We have executive roundtables. We have small group intensives. We have 2-day seminars. We have retreats. And I would put luxury in front of that, luxury retreats. And then we have larger conferences. So you can pick any one of those 7, right? Determining which one is right for you. You may decide to start with a half-day event. I've done that. You may have joined me on tour in the past where we've gone to as few as 3, as many as 7 cities. Like 2 years ago, I thought I was Beyonce. Like, I don't know if I'll ever do that again. We did 7 cities in 31 days in the month of March. March is usually the month we go on tour when we go on tour. And we did 7 cities in those 30 days. I was tired. It was way too much. Probably won't do 7 cities again. But from that 2 years ago, because I wasn't doing my live event, I was in the process of removing Unleash Your Incredible Factor and determining what the new event was going to be. And so because we were in that limbo period, I did a 7-city tour. We still, over the course of those 7 cities, got in front of 300 people. And we still closed, I think we did over $500,000 in sales from the tour, from the 7-city tour. So the reason why I'm sharing that with you, I'm so tongue-tied today. The reason I'm sharing that with you is because even with a half-day event, with the right structure, you can still make a boatload of money. So, so those are the 3 keys that I wanted to share with you today. I want to invite you to go to incrediblefactorevents.com, 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 and you can learn more about profit from live events. I'm going to be going live again. I think later this week. I'm going to do the second part. 3 mistakes that people will make that will keep them from profiting from live events. I want to talk about that in my next live video. And then it's all going to culminate into a masterclass on profiting from live events as a setup to get you positioned to bring yourself to Newark, Delaware to learn how to profit from live events. So this has been Darnyelle Jervey Harmon hanging out with you on Instagram and Facebook at the same time. Go ahead with my bad self. Saying, as always, be better, be stronger, more than anything, be incredible. I love you guys so much. Again, if you watch this in the replay, #replay, and I will see you all again real soon for another live about the 3 mistakes that entrepreneurs and business owners are making when hosting their live events that keep them from profiting. I don't want that for you. If you're going to do live events, you should profit from them. Otherwise, you might as well just stay home, sit on your couch, and eat bonbons. I mean, come on, let's just keep it real. It doesn't make any sense for you to not be able to make great money doing what you love and teaching to other people what it is that you do so that you can create an environment for them to experience success at the next level. So I love to model my success. I love to be an example of what's possible for you. I know that when you follow this formula, you will get massive results. I will share with you in our next video, I will share with you a few client success stories, clients who have participating in this training and have gotten great results and learn how to move their business forward, leveraging live events. Love you guys so much. See you next time. Take care. Be incredible.